Hello, folks. This is Gwave here, and today we're going to be playing Mafia 2: The Betrayal of Jimmy. I know, yet another DLC I should have played after the gameplay, but you know, I had other stuff to do at the time, so today I'm going to play it. And the thing about The Betrayal of Jimmy is that it is a DLC to Mafia 2, but at the same time, it takes place in its own separate continuity. And I'll explain that later. Last time we were here, we ended up playing Batman Arkham City, Harley Quinn's Revenge, and today I'm playing Mafia 2: The Betrayal of Jimmy. Basically, it's a DLC for Mafia 2, and it also explains its own story, and I'll explain that when we play it. So without further ado, let's begin. We're going to play normal mode. Yeah, I know I should have played this after my Mafia 2 playthrough, but hey, I had other stuff to do.
I was making some nice cash, and there was never a dull moment. I handled things like inventory management, balancing the books, labor negotiations, and janitorial services. Hey, somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
That particular day, for everybody else, it was Thursday. For me, it's the day I got fucked.
Damn. So yeah, this is our protagonist right here. This is Jimmy. And in a way, Jimmy is like this series' version of Claude from GTA. He's just a cold-blooded killer. Like I said, I knew I should have played this after Mafia 2, but hey, like I said, I got other things I had to do. I was busy with college and all that, so yeah. So yeah, this is basically a DLC for Mafia 2, and I'll explain.
Yep, that guy's dead. Bullseye. Say goodnight. Bingo.
Yeah, I got rid of these guys now, otherwise they were gonna chase me. So yeah, this is our main protagonist, Jimmy. And Jimmy, if I have to compare him to someone, even though he looks like the Hitman guy from the series Hitman, to me, he's more like Claude from GTA 3. Because similar to Claude, Jimmy has no personal alliance with anyone, and he's just a stone-cold killer. But he's not as evil as Claude. That I can tell you. He's not as evil as Claude. Now, as I was saying, guys, Jimmy's stories, if you think they take place during Mafia 2 or before, think again, because Jimmy's stories are actually confirmed to be non-canon. Yeah, that's right. Jimmy, his stories take place in his own separate timeline, and they are confirmed to be non-canon. And he even got his own little spin-off series, getting 2 games dedicated to him, making him the first non-Mafia character from the main story to get his own game. And this game called The Betrayal of Jimmy is going to show us what happened to Jimmy and how he ended up in prison in the very beginning. Like you saw in the introduction, he was in jail. Oh, brought the wrong way. Like Jimmy was in jail, and we're gonna find out how he ended up in this scenario. Don't you honk your fucking horn at me. So yeah, we just did some work for someone, for Jimmy, and Jimmy's story, I'm a bit rusty in it, but I, like, in terms of who he works for and that, but I do know the full details and, like, who betrays him and all that. Like, you're gonna see how he ended up in that scenario, because you saw in the very beginning of the game right now, he was in jail. Like, he was in, you know, getting his mugshot, and he's explained to us that someone betrayed him, and we're gonna find out who that is later. As who their names are and what their faces look like, I honestly forgot about that. But we're gonna get to that later on. Look at this. This road looks familiar from the main game, right? Look at this. This is Leo's house we're driving to.
They get the message?
Loud and clear.
Good. Now don't go disappearing on me, Jimmy. I got another job for you soon.
Neat. So yeah, look. When you see the marks like this, this means that Jimmy can do jobs for people. So now we're going to go to the next one, which is right here. And I'm going to show y'all an example. So yeah, this is Jimmy. And Jimmy, he's not really aligned with any main mafia. He's mostly like his own personal criminal. He is a gangster, but Jimmy is more like, you know, any mob that's willing to pay him to do work, he is more than okay with doing that. And this is what I mean, like, he's like Claude from GTA 3, that he doesn't really have any personal alliances with anyone. All right. All right, so yeah. So this guy that hired Jimmy now, he wants Jimmy to go and attack some Chinese shops. But these Chinese shops are actually a front that are being used by the triads. Yeah, in case y'all don't remember, when we played Mafia 2, the triads had like an important role in the story, with them being the main importance to the drug dealing missions with Henry. And you guys remember they killed Henry, and how Vito and Joey massacred the entire triad family. Or that specific triad, to be more specific. If you guys want to see my playthrough on that, then go see my Mafia 2 playthrough. Oh, and one more thing, guys. I finished the college semester 100%. I checked, and yeah, I did really good. So that means now I'm going to have more availability to make more videos, and I can also get started on updating my channel a bit by making more playlists and that. So yeah, these guys we're going to go fight now are the triads. Like, yeah, that's really amazing that we're going to fight the triads a lot in this game. Like, for this guy that we're working for, yeah, each mafia and gang that hires Jimmy, they all have not only a specific job for him, but they all got a specific gang and mob they're at war with. In this case, this guy that Jimmy's working for, he's at war with the triads, and he wants Jimmy to take care of them.
close, asshole.
Suspect is about 6 feet tall, average size.
Feel free to... Oh my god, you can't bring...
Alright, now we trash the store.
No, please don't. We got a homicide here. Suspect is armed. Suspect is about 6 feet tall, average size.
Nothing to see here, officer. Sorry for your fallen colleague. I know. It's sad. What a sad damn world we live in. Alright guys, so now we're gonna go destroy another shop that's a front by the triads and yeah, kill more triads. Yeah, it's really amazing that even though the triads had an important role to play in the main story, we never really fought them too much like that. Like now we actually do.
Come out, you.
Cry out already, you rat! Get ready to eat bullets, asshole!
Shit. Out of the way, you bums. All right. All right, so now we're going to do the next mission. All right, guys, so now we're here. So to make sure I save time, I'm just going to edit out the travel. All right? So, yeah. So this guy, when you see this icon, he doesn't really want us to kill anyone, but he wants us to steal cars. Like, yeah, this guy wants us to steal cars for him. So basically, this guy is kind of like, almost all his missions are similar to that of Joey's and Kenji's from GTA 3. Like the mission where Joey has us steal, like, the truck for him, and like how Kenji had us steal those cars for him, and all that. Like, yeah. Basically, all his missions involve stealing cars. And yeah, not all these guys that Jimmy works for are part of the Italian Mafia. Some of them are not even mobsters, and some of them are just their own criminals doing their own work. So, yeah, like I said, Jimmy is similar to that of Claude in GTA 3, and a little bit like Nico in GTA 4, that he's not really aligned with any character. So unlike Vito and Tommy that were aligned and associated with a main organization, Jimmy isn't like that. He's not really associated with anyone. He's mostly his own criminal, freelancing criminal, doing his own thing and doing his own type of crime, and he'll work for anyone regardless of who they are if they pay him a lot of money. And that kind of tells you a little bit about Jimmy as well. But the only thing that Jimmy does ask for is that you just don't betray him. Just don't betray Jimmy and you'll be okay. Like, yeah, just never betray Jimmy and you'll be okay. You'll be completely fine. You'll be completely cool. Jimmy will never go after you as long as you don't betray him. You don't give him a reason to betray you. Like, you'll be okay. You'll be fine. Just don't turn on Jimmy and don't, sell him out to the feds or any of that, and you'll be cool. Now, the one thing I hate about these car theft missions is that the locations are very far away from where the guy is at. So, unlike what I mentioned now with Joey and Kenji, where when you steal for them, at least it's in their same area, this is not the same with, of course, this guy that Jimmy is working for. And yeah, this is a real life thing that some criminals will actually do, is that they will have other criminals steal cars and try to sell them on either the black market or like legally. Like they'll try to make it look like, oh, I got this for a good deal. They'll make up some bullshit story and they'll sell you the car. And not just that, when they do that, they're also technically screwing the person they sold the car to over, because what happens is that if a report goes out that this car is stolen, then the guy that gets in trouble isn't the guy that sold the car, it's the guy that bought the car. And so the guy that sold the car,
Baby, let's see what you got.
will eventually get off scot-free. He or she will get off scot-free, and he or she will get off okay. With no problem. So that's the thing about that, is that those type of criminals will actually get off scot-free with no trouble, no problem at all. And the person that will get in trouble is the person that buys the car. Because imagine this, you're buying it from a shady guy. So even if you agree to snitch on the guy that sold you the car, you're still going to get in trouble. Because you stole it from a guy that steals cars, regardless if you know him, yes or no. Now, if you can have proof that you didn't know he did this, you'll be okay. But even so, the guy is going to now have all your information because he runs the dealership, and he made it look like that. He can possibly make it look like that you were the one that organized the theft of the car. And this is really risky, and that's what a lot of people do. But these days, some criminals don't do that no more, like try to sell stolen cars, because it's very risky for them because of the barcodes and all that. So yeah. So before I start this next mission, I'm gonna go and buy me some ammunition from Harry. Alright guys, so here we are. We're at Harry's place right here. And you gotta remember, this is where Vito came to get the heavy weapons.
Who's there?
It's Jimmy.
Come on in.
So yeah, I just decided to show y'all this in case y'all forget where to go for the heavy weapons.
I got all the guns you'll ever need. Here you go. Don't hurt yourself. I never leave home without it. Like my mom always said, you can never have too much ammo. Like my mom always said, you can never have too much ammo. I'll give them Krauts credit for one thing. They make a damn fine killing machine. Like my mom always said, you can never have too much ammo.
All right.
Whoa! Turning into my #1 customer.
All right, so now that I got all the heavy weapons I need, now I can do the next mission, because for this mission, you're gonna need a lot of heavy artillery, just to let you know. All right. Alright, so now we're gonna go to this guy right here. Alright guys, so we're at the next mission right now, and I just want to make it clear, I'm going to have to edit out this title screen because it's very inappropriate, but this mission we're going to be doing is for the Irish Mafia. Yeah, that's right, we're going to be working for the Irish mob. So without further ado, let's begin. Alright, I made a mistake guys, it wasn't for the Irish mob. I made a bit of a mistake, but we are going to do missions for the Irish mob. Yeah, we're doing a mission for an Italian family. So, basically, the gang that we're going to be fighting now are the Bombers. The Bombers were the very first gang that Vito fought in Mafia 2. You guys remember that African-American gang that Vito was fighting in the very beginning of the game? Yeah, this is the Bombers. This is who we're going to be fighting. And yet another organization that we really didn't do anything with in the main game.
Nice one. Damn, I'm good.
So yeah, these are the Bombers right here. So this guy that we're working for, he wants us to attack the Bombers and kill them, to weaken them, so he can take over their turf. And yeah, just like the Triads, the Bombers are another organization that we're going to be fighting a lot in this game, because the Bombers were only used once in Mafia 2, and they only made one appearance when Henry, Joey, and Vito were dealing drugs to them in the drug dealing monologue. So right now we're gonna go fight another group of Bombers, and yeah, if you're gonna do this mission, always buy the grenades. It makes the game a lot easier, and like I say, buy a lot of ammo, because even though the Bombers are one of the weaker gangs, they're actually very strong in this game.
Scared already, huh?
Alright, that cop took care of it. So yeah, this actually lets us know exactly what the Bombers are capable of. And like I said, in the main game, we only fight them once and that's it. But in this game, we actually fight them a lot. And we actually see what they're capable of and what threat they actually pose. And there we go. What? All this shit for $80? Man, you a cheap ass motherfucker, you know that? Anyway, guys, so I'm gonna end this video here and call it a day. So yeah, this is the very beginning of the Betrayal of Jimmy, and like I said, we're gonna see later on who set Jimmy up and how did Jimmy get arrested because he was explaining to us how he ended up in this situation and that he got arrested and all that. And we're going to find that out later on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough. Again, I know I should have played this game after my playthrough of Mafia 2, but hey, I forgot, so go ahead. Be mad at me about that. But either way, when we get back here, we're going to come back to play as Jimmy, and we're going to continue working our way with other mobsters and gangsters. And later on, we're going to see how Jimmy got betrayed. And when you see the missions like this as stars, you actually can play them again if you want to get a higher score. Yeah, that's the thing about Jimmy's missions. That little circle with the green you saw, that's... sorry if I sound like I'm yelling. That's basically the timer. It times you and it scores you. And yeah, Jimmy's games kind of function like an arcade game. Like you get the score of each of your level, and you decide if you want to do them again to get a better score. So when we come back, we're going to keep doing more of Jimmy's missions. And like I said, we're going to see how Jimmy got betrayed. Some of the title screens I'm going to have to edit out because some of them are a little inappropriate. And yeah, I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. So I'm going to have to edit out some of them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough. Like and subscribe to the channel. Check out my TikTok and Instagram and Facebook if you want to see some other content. And I'll see you guys next time. We'll do yet another The Betrayal of Jimmy playthrough. This is Gwave signing out. Peace. God bless. Have a good day or night, depending on what time y'all watching this. And I'll see you guys next time. This is Gwave signing out. Bye.